I can't help but smile due to the lightning in this room. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday morning so far. As you can tell, it's kinda light on my end, which is very rare because given that it's fall, it's kinda gloomy outside. Given that time is cold and everything. But welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. I'm going to be discussing a few housekeeping notes relating to Man United, and I'll be going into the preview. I want to keep this under 30 minutes. Okay, so given our dismissal against our rivals on Sunday, Manchester United has succumbed to a lot of pressure, and we have a lot to work upon. This is not a good period for us in terms of the not only the fixtures, in terms of the quantity of fixtures, but also the quality of fixtures. Because we have a good amount of sides to not only play, but the sides that we're going to play is quite, they have quality in their sides. Like, for example, of course, we're going to be playing against Tottenham. We lost to Liverpool. We have a good amount of games in the upcoming weeks, so we need divine intervention in this time to actually go through this time, and we'll see how we go through those matches. But I was listening to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference, and I was very disappointed with the questions being asked because this is a preview that you have to prepare for, and most of the questions are asked about, so given that you have lost against Liverpool 5-0, what is you going to, how is your side going to respond in training and all of that? Like, bro, ask questions about the Tottenham match. We're going to be playing against Tottenham. Now, Tottenham is not in the best position at this time, but given the talent that they have, they can actually trash us. Ask questions on the Tottenham versus Manchester United preview. Yeah, ask about that. I think one question was asked based on Tottenham, and that came at the latter end of the video. But I'm not saying that Ole couldn't talk about, how his side is responding in terms of training. But again, bro, is the most of the questions were not related to Tottenham. Is basically how United basically, given that Liverpool trashed them and thing, how are you going to respond to that? And it wasn't just in line. It wasn't in line with Tottenham. So anyway, without getting on a length rumble, I just wanted to say that because honestly, bro, we're not in a good period where confidence is through the roof. Hold on, confidence is through the roof, and this is the period that is gonna test our character. This is the period that is gonna test if we are viable candidates for the Premier League, or we're just gonna be. This is just gonna be another campaign that we're just gonna chill and drink champagne in. We have to actually go for the Premier League. They have the best players. They have some of the best players. Ronaldo is not going to be the same in terms of his talent next season. He's going to be deteriorating. So given that you have his services now, we have to be making use of that. We don't have an implemented style of play. Pogba is suspended for Spurs game. So we are not in a good period right at this moment in time, but that doesn't mean we don't have the personnel to go out there and do well against Tottenham, Hotspurs, and other sides. So the first piece of news we have right here, because I can go into my lengthy rumbles, is in terms of managerial candidates to manage Manchester United. Brendan Rodgers, of all people, has been thrown into the mix. It's funny because when Brendan Rodgers was at Liverpool and he was sacked from Liverpool, Brendan Rodgers was just like was seen as another manager. Man, my screen is messed up. Hold on. Just another manager that just man. Look at that. In my last video podcast, someone was playing music and it caught me off guard in my video, and now the same thing is happening. You guys are spying watching, man. What's up with you guys? But yeah, so Brendan Rodgers is thrown into the mix in terms of the candidates to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, it's funny because when he was sacked from Liverpool, this was just another average man that was just removed and excused from his managerial duties. And it's a good revelation for Brendan. I used to call him Brenda back in the day. See, the joking, the average manager that was Brenda, that was his name that I give him. His name was Brenda. But seeing that he's went out of England and redeemed himself at Celtic, I think was he was at Celtic. He did decent at Celtic. He came back to England. He came to manage Leicester City. He's done well with Leicester City. He's rejuvenized, he's revitalized, he's evolved the Leicester City side. And given that he's redeemed himself, rejuvenated himself, and reformed himself into a good manager, now he's seen as a potential candidate to actually replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is my take on the speculation. I don't think this is my opinion, and I want to hear what you guys have to say down below in terms of your opinion. I don't believe that Brendan Rodgers, I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion and it's subjective, so it's not wrong or right, it's just my opinion. I don't think Brendan Rodgers is cut out to manage a side like this at this moment in time. Maybe in a few years' time, yes, but my man has to accomplish a few more goals at Leicester before he's given the job at Manchester United, because he just doesn't strike me as that person that will command respect just by coming in like that. The reason why I wanted Zidane to come in, and I still do want Zidane to come in, it's funny. Stop right there. Let me stop right there. I was rambling with this situation with my friend. I was telling my buddy that, say I support France. I told him that because he supports France as well, but he's a Liverpool supporter. And I told him, so yo, it's kind of a sticky situation for me, because seeing that I support France and I want Zidane to be given a chance to support France and actually win with France, but at the same bitter end, I want him to come to Manchester United to manage Manchester United. So I'm kind of in a predicament, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of in a predicament, so I cannot go on this side saying, okay, I want him to manage France, or I want him to actually manage Manchester United. Because Zidane is just one of those players slash managers. Well, he's not a player now, but he's just that player that, or manager that exudes respect off the bat. People respect him as a player, despite his devilish behavior a few times when he was at Juventus, for France a few times. But given that he was a very good player, a midfielder, he's still respected. He's going to get that superficial respect off the bat. Now, the real respect is when he's a manager, due to his character, whether he's going to maintain that level of respect. And I believe that he will, because what Zidane has done with Real Madrid, man, and Real Madrid has had the most egos. Not everybody can manage Real Madrid, man. We have seen former players manage Real Madrid and they just didn't cut out, they just didn't make the cut. So, seeing what Zidane has done, winning the Champions League in 3 consecutive seasons in a row, and leaving the club on a high, and he came back to Real Madrid in 2019 and he won the league against Barcelona. That's just, I just want Zidane to come to Manchester United, man. Whether he comes to Manchester United, that's a different story, but that's what I want. That's what I want. So, to Brendan Rodgers, and this may sound like a rumble, it might is because I just have a few things to say, man. I don't think Brendan Rodgers is ready to manage a Manchester United side. I don't want his reputation to be tarnished like that. Some persons have their lane to stay in until they build up, But just because you're doing good in your pond, man, doesn't mean that you can fry a bigger fish. This is me. So I don't think he's cut out to manage Manchester United at this point in time. At least that's my opinion. Leave your opinions down below in the comment section, and of course, everybody's opinions are welcomed. That's why they're opinions. But that's just my opinion on Brendan Rodgers. I don't think my man is cut out to manage Manchester United at this given time. So I was saying that I was listening to the press conference by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Varane, of course, is fit. He's back in training. I think he's going to be given the green light to start tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Sunday we're playing? I'm going to check that in a few seconds. But yes, Varane is back in training, and we lack. Okay, here's the thing, man. We can buy the best defenders, but if we don't have the best communication in our defense, we're not going. It's not. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. So we have to improve our communication at the back, man. Because I've seen a few mistakes and errors at the back, and it just left me shaking my head in wonder. Lindelof is more than good enough, but this dude shouldn't be starting. So with Varane coming back, he's going to bring more calmness to the centre back. And I believe we need to work on our communication. So with that being said, let's see who is going to be available for the Tottenham match. Of course, Paul Pogba is out given his suspension. Varane is available. So it says here that Varane is available. Pogba is suspended. Okay, let me not hold you guys up. This is my thing for the Tottenham game, and of course this is going to be a period that is going to test our character, our willingness to come from adversity, and we have shown tendencies of that against Villarreal at home. We've shown that against Atalanta at home. So we've shown that we have the ability, the capabilities, and the tendencies to come from behind and actually win. But we cannot be always reactive like that. We have to be very proactive. We have to be aggressive. We have to be on the front foot. Yes, Manchester United is known from coming back. Yes, we are the comeback kings and we still are. But at the same time, we have to be proactive, man. We have to be proactive. We have to be aggressive, and we have to draw first blood. Let us not wait until our defenders has been humiliated and we're under 1-0 by halftime, and by the full time, yes, we win or we draw or something like that. No, let us be on the front foot. Yes, we're playing against Tottenham away from home, so we may not be as expansive away from home. But at the same time, let us be proactive, man. Let us make a few things happen on the football field. Let us not be proactive. Let us not wait and allow them to get a goal first, then we do our thing. That should not be our game plan. That is a second field mentality. If you want to be winners of the see, I'm coming out of my chest is too high. I'm coming out of my zone thinking about winning the Champions League. If you want to win the Premier League, we cannot be reactionary. We have to be very proactive. We have to go out there, so get off our asses and make things happen. Let us not wait until, we're 2-0 down by half time. Let us get that Sir Alex Ferguson last minute mentality. Yeah, no. I mean, it can work out, but let us not make that our MO, please. Let us not be known as, yeah, man, so every side when they're playing Manchester United, they always lead Manchester United by 2 goals or 3 goals. But somehow, by the 75th minute, Manchester United getting a couple goals by CR7 or Rashford equalizing, and now Man United is in the lead. Like, let us just be on the front foot. Let us draw first blood. And when we draw first blood, let us maintain and sustain that intensity. Yes, we can bring it down a notch because we don't want to go all out and get trash. But still, at the same time, we have to be proactive. We have to implement a permanent self play. Yes, we have new players, and as CR7 said in an interview that I was listening a few minutes ago, that the side is trying to find its rhythm. So the side is not on a level where they understand each other totally or completely. Yes, we're trying to find our rhythm. So that is understandable. But at the same time, we have to have an implemented self play to portray and display on the pitch. Is me, and that's something I'm going to be preaching about for the course. Hold on, for the course of this season, if there's not a self play. So, given all that I've said, man, these notifications, man. Another thing is this, man. Let us not moderate our self play to accommodate the opposition. What I mean by that? Let us not change how we play because we don't want to get trashed or defeated by the opposition. Let me break it more down into syllables. Let us say that you have a side, right? You're playing a side, and your side is not doing well in the first half. The side has been very woeful, weak, and poor. And now it's half time. Now you're given the green light to talk to your side directly about your disappointment with their performance in the first half. Now, are you going to be concentrating on how the other side plays? Are you going to say, hey, just because they're doing that, let us do this? Because if you're doing that, then I question your judgment. As a manager, especially if you have a good side, your thing should be working on your own weaknesses, not on how they are going to be playing against you. Concentrate on how you are going to be playing against them. Because you are the side. You are the players that are going to be played against that side. Concentrate on what you can control, not on how they are going to be playing. Because how they play is out of your control. And you're supposed to have a winning mentality anyway. And when you have a winning mentality, how they play against you is not going to have an indictment on how you play. Excuse me, how you play. Yeah, so I think Manchester United has been very accommodating, have this second fiddle mentality of like, ooh, I hope they don't come out, all guns blazing, because if they do, I guess you have to sit back a bit. Like, bro, that's not Manchester United, man. Like I said, when you're playing away from home, I get that we have to be very tactful and very professional, but at the same time, we have to actually be aggressive, man. Let us show tendencies on the football pitch of being aggressive. Please. I'm even asking nicely. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video in a little bit. Okay, so it says here the predicted lineup, and of course, you guys leave your predictions in the comment section below, whether it's the starting level or starting 11, starting level. That's funny. Starting 11 and your actual predictions for the game. This is my prediction for the Manchester United game in terms of the starting level. Man, every time I'm like doing my videos, I'm always like touching my nose or something. Obviously, De Gea is gonna start as a goalkeeper. Oh, time out. Before I get into all that, let us discuss Tottenham, because we have to, and this may contradict what I said some minutes ago, talking about the opposition. No, but I have to say something based on how Tottenham plays. Not saying that we have to change how we play against them, but we have to talk about how they play, considering that they have a new manager. Let me see where Tottenham is in the table. Tottenham this season, Tottenham this season has a new manager, which is Nuno, that left that left that left that left that left Wolves to become manager for Tottenham. And Tottenham fans are not really they are skeptical of him joining. But I'm looking on the table right now, and this is a very big match. We're in seventh place, and Tottenham is in sixth place. So if they get 3 points against us, they're going to have insurance space or enough deficit of space from us. For example, we're on 14 points right now, and Tottenham is on 15 points. So if they get 3 points against us, they're going to have man, I'm not so good with mathematics and numbers, So if they're on 15 points and we're on 14 points and they gain 3 points, how much? Okay, so they'll be on 18 points. That means there will be a 4 point deficit, or a 4 point bracket, or a 4 point space. So they're going to have an insurance space from us. We cannot allow that. Tottenham, Leicester City is on 14 points. Everton is on 14 points. Arsenal is on 14 points. Wolves is on 13 points. So if we lose to Tottenham and Everton win their match, whoever they're playing against, and Leicester win their match, whoever they're playing against, and Arsenal win their match, well, Arsenal is kind of catching up form, so they could actually win a game. That's very historic, right? But if they get their 3 points in their bags, man, and we drop points, and Tottenham get 3 points in their bags, man, we're going to be in a very troublesome situation. And it's going to rub salt in the wound of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's been under fire. He's been under scrutiny. His job is in jeopardy. Things are not falling as candles and cakes for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So, given how the table is looking right now, we cannot be losing. We cannot be dropping points. That's why I say we have to be on the front foot in a professional and tactful way. Yes, we can, somewhat be defensive, but we have to be very proactive at the same time, and we have to make goals happen. Let us not wait until Tottenham banked 2 goals against us in the first half, and in the second half, we're like a prime 2004 or a prime 2007 Manchester United coming back from behind. Let us not do that. Let us not make that our MO in terms of the self-play. We have 90 minutes to play a football match to win. Not to wait until the last 50 minutes to make a difference. So, yeah, man, this is very we need to make an indictment in the first minutes of the game. Oh, and Anthony Martial is back. As if he's gonna start, right? Anthony Martial is back. Tony's back in the mix. So this is my starting level, man. David De Gea. We have 1 clean sheet this season, and that is very telling on how very poor our defense has been. David De Gea has 1 clean sheet this season. Not saying that it's fully his fault, but the defense is at fault because the defense is in front of the goalkeeper. When their side are attacking, the defense has to do the defending first before the contact is made with De Gea himself. So I'm not saying it's fully David De Gea's fault, but anyway, David De Gea in the goal, Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, and Rafael Varane as the centre back pairing. Luke Shaw as left back. In midfield, this is where things are becoming tricky. The midfield is always very tricky when it comes on to Manchester United. Excuse me. Fred hasn't been at it lately, but knowing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to still start Fred and Scott McTominay in the midfield, with Bruno Fernandes as the number 10. Mason Greenwood on the right wing. Rashford, I believe Rashford will be starting. Yeah, Rashford will be starting on the left wing. He's made a very good impact since his injury, getting 2 goals so far in the in our competition. One against Atalanta and one against Leicester City. And of course, up top is Cristiano Ronaldo. Now I was listening to, not to make this video long, but I was listening to an interview of CR7, and he was asked about his role in the side, and he stated that his role is, to mentor and also primarily to score the goals. Maybe it's just me, but that's kind of worrying because this is a 36-year-old elite level legendary goal scorer, and despite his levels of effort, despite his levels of commitment and high work ethic, this is a dude that we cannot be playing every game if we're relying on him for scoring the majority of our goals. We have at least 5 other goal scorers in our squad, apart from CR7. Rashford, Martial, Cavani, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood. That is 5 other goal scorers. Now we could say out of the 6, including CR7 in this mix, that CR7 is the main man to get most of them. I get that. But if we're starting this with every game, as if this is 2011, then that's kind of a problem. That can be a problem. Isn't it? So we have to be very cognizant of how often we're playing CR7. My prediction against Tottenham, we're going to concede, I can feel it. This is not me being very negative, but no, man, I sense that we're going to be conceding. Let me see when we're going to play, whether it's tomorrow or... So we're playing tomorrow. Yeah, we're playing tomorrow. And Tottenham hasn't lost a game. Interesting. Yeah, Tottenham hasn't lost a game. They have won 5 games and 4 losses. Not 4 losses, 4 draws. And we have won 4, lost 2, and drawn 3. And they're on 15 points and we're on 14 points. So we have to win this game. It doesn't have to be very convincing, but let us at least get a clean sheet and 3 points, please. Because if we don't lose, or at least a draw, not only is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going to be in an insurmountable amount of pressure, but also we're going to be dropping our... Is that rain? We're going to be dropping in the table. Let us not drop in the table. Let us climb up the tree. Let us climb up the ladder. Let us go high in the ladder. Now, my prediction is 2-1 to Manchester United. Not very convincing, not very entertaining, but the dirty work will do the work itself. Is me 2-1 in Manchester United's favor would be a good one for us. Is me because we have to try to get out of this loophole. Cause like I told you guys, but we're in a situation where Manchester United is going to be getting a lot of... we'll be playing against see, we played against Liverpool, we lost that. I'm looking through the fixtures. We're going to be playing against Atalanta away from home on the 2nd of November, which is on next week Tuesday. We're going to be playing against Man City, which means that we have to be very careful of the players that play against Atalanta. We'll be playing against Watford, Villarreal, and others. So we have to be very mindful. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to be very mindful of how we use his squad. So my prediction for the Tottenham game is 2-1 to Manchester United. I'm not going to say who's going to score, but I guess likely, CR7 might nick a goal and thing. Whether it's from a penalty or whatever. But yeah, that's my prediction. Leave your predictions down below in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll show to you guys in the next. Am I gonna do a match reaction? I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. I might not do it. You know what? I'm going to make the effort to do it tonight, tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm going to make the effort to do it tomorrow night. So I'll show it to you guys tomorrow night in the match reaction. Hopefully, we'll bag 3 points. Peace.